now that you can hear me, it's gonna be even better, right? So yeah, let's get to it, because you see I've been animating a gun, right? And this is called, the working name right now is Officer's Revolver, but I might change that, but it's meant to be a military issue handgun that the main character can choose to start with. It's one of the first weapons. And it's pretty cool because I've been animating it, and you can see for yourself. So we'll start with the draw animation, right? So you look at that. Now in the preview it lags a little bit. I don't know why. It looks normal in game, but what can you do? So that's the draw animation. As you can see, I pay attention to detail. It's a shoulder holster instead of a belt holster because you're going to be a character who wears a suit. All right, I'll give you that as a clue. All right. And after that, we can check out the idle animation. I have a cool idle animation as well. You can adjust your grip a little bit there. That'll play at random, you know, at random intervals. I have this, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'll show you. Take a look at this. This is, of course, the mandatory flare animation. They're always fun. So yeah, a bit of flare. And the idea is that if you press reload when your magazine is full, you get to do this instead, which is fun. So we added that. Number 5. I think it is melee. Yeah, look at that, it's melee. I'm new to this, but I think it's coming together nicely. I'm not 100% satisfied with this, but I'm also not 100% sure on how to fix it. So for now, you know, it's good enough. I'll probably polish it as I learn more. Following this, we'll have animation number 4, reload. Some of you may notice that the bullets are still in the shell casings. Aside from tweaking the gun in Blender, which means I have to re-import it, which means I have to rearrange the nodes, which means that I probably have to fix the tracks as well. Point is, that's going to be annoying, so I'm going to fix that in post, basically. I'm just going to, there's a couple of select frames where you can see it, I'm going to just paint them over, erase, you know, the empty space, whatever. It'll look fine, but I'll fix that later, basically. So it's a working animation, you know. Last but not least, here's where it gets cool, because I'm gonna code this weapon mechanically. So it'll be hooked up to the animations, which will reflect animation states, and it'll keep track of what parts are moving, what parts aren't, you know, the trigger release, the hammer, things like that. And as a result, you can use it as a more traditional double action revolver. So I'll show you here. We'll start with simple sort of double action fire. You know, looks pretty sexy. I even add a little spark effect over there at the hammer, which is cool. I don't know how realistic it is. I've seen it in low light conditions sometimes, but it's kind of rare. But still, that's a nice sort of cinematic effect. I don't mind it. Not everything has to be super realistic. Sometimes things can just look cool, you know. And then you can do this. You can cock the hammer, right? And when you do this, then your next fire will look like this. So it's a lot faster. See, it's 5.56 seconds compared to this one, which is 0.8. So by readying your weapon, you'll have an advantage when you attack the enemy, and also it will be more accurate because you're not applying mechanical tension when you're pulling the trigger mechanism. Because when you pull the trigger mechanism, you're cocking the hammer back using a spring, which also causes the cylinder to rotate. So by cocking the hammer back, you have performed the most strenuous task in cycling the weapon, and then you can just pull the trigger, and it's just gently snaps, and so you get a much better aim. So that's actually how you recommend it to use revolvers at a certain range, at least if you fought in the First World War. I suppose things have changed since then. But yeah, that's how that works. So this is the first weapon I've animated. It's pretty cool. Has enough features I could talk about it for 4 minutes. So yeah, I feel like it's picking up. Until next time, everyone.